here, right? Yasha'Allah it's an actual Hebrew word. It has nothing to do with Isis, Ra, or El. It's Yasha'Allah. And it says, a symbolical name of Jacob. It means he ruled as God. So the same way the Most High ruled up in heaven, he put Israel on the earth to rule in the earth. You understand that? That's what it means, to be a prince of God. We are the rulers of this earth. Okay? So, read Ecclesiastes 12 and 12 again. Read it.
Ecclesiastes 12 and 12. And further, by these, my son, be admonished, of making many books there is no end, and much study is weariness of the flesh. Let us hear the conclusion of the whole matter.
Much study is the weariness of the flesh. That means you'll be wore out going through all the books of the Egyptians and any other philosophy out there. So the Most High says, let's hear the conclusion of the whole matter. Read.
Fear the Most High.
Fear the Most High. Read.
And keep his commandments.
The commandments are contained in the book. They're contained in the Bible. Read.
For this is the whole duty of man.
That's your duty. That's it. Everything you need to know is in the Bible, brother. And if there's other books you need, once you get the understanding of the Bible, we have the other books of the Hebrews that you need too. That will strengthen your understanding in the Bible. You understand? We need to stick with the books of the Hebrews. We Hebrews. That's what you are, brother. Oh, exactly. You're not an Egyptian. Okay. All right. Good. Any other questions? Someone ask a question. If Jerusalem fell in 70 A.D., any more questions? You good? Okay. So you're going to stay away from that Egyptology teaching? Okay. Good. Someone asked, if Jerusalem fell in 70 A.D., how was it that the Romans are ruling Jerusalem in Matthew 2 and 1 before Christ died? Please explain. Go to Matthew 2 and 1. We have some plates. Let's see if somebody can come in here and help us out. Probably a brother, Gabar, or somebody. You know. Okay, read what you have. Matthew 2 and 1. Read it.
Matthew 2 and 1. Now when Yeshua was born in Bethlehem of Judea, in the days of Herod the king, behold, there came wise men from the east to Jerusalem.
Okay. I don't know if that's a brother or a sister that asked that question. Truth 46. But Herod, I just want to see if somebody can help us serve without, just serve them. You can serve us last. Thank you, brother. Some plates or whatever. Herod was actually of Israel. He was of Dan. So that wasn't the Romans. Herod was not a Roman. That's number one. Now the Romans had the power, so what they did, they gave Herod rulership as long as the Jews paid tribute to the Romans. At that time, there was no Roman occupation in Jerusalem or Israel because they used our own people to rule us. We had our own police. Herod was not a Roman. Okay? The Sanhedrin was our governing body, and they paid tribute to the Romans. To show you that, let's go to John 11 and 48. Herod was not a Roman. He paid tribute to Romans. The same as if you look today, you notice that America set up Iraqis over Iraq to have democracy there. So it's from layman's term, you would think Iraqis are ruling Iraq, even though they got an Iraqi president, but they're paying tribute or they're being controlled by who? America. All right? Now, they did have Saddam Hussein in there for a long time until Saddam started getting rocky with it. They didn't have no American occupation. It was Saddam Hussein ruling with America's power behind him as long as Saddam Hussein traded his oil through the dollar. But as soon as he got out of hand, then American troops came in and took over Iraq. So that's a way you can look at it from that angle. Herod was a part of the Jewish sects that controlled Jerusalem until the Romans actually brought their armies in during 70 AD. Read St. John 11, 47 and 48. Read that.
St. John 11 and 47. Then gathered the chief priests and the Pharisees a council and said, What do we? For this man doeth many miracles. If we let him thus alone, all men will believe on him. And the Romans...
They said, if we let Christ alone, all men will believe on him. Read.
And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and the nations.
And the Romans will come and take away our place and nation. Go ahead. Read on.
Verse 49. And one of them named Caiaphas, being the high...
Read that last verse again.
Verse 48. If we let him thus alone, all the men will believe on him. And the Romans shall come and take away both our place and nation.
You see that? So the Romans had power to take the people out of control that didn't execute the Romans' rule. They had the money, but they wasn't ruling militarily at that time. It was in 70 AD that they brought in military occupation. So Christ says, when you shall see Jerusalem compassed with armies, then flee into the mountains or into the wilderness. Okay? So even though Rome was over all the empires, they still didn't have military occupation within Jerusalem. Hope that answered your question. One moment. Okay, someone had a question. To Kenya, good question. See now, in a little bit here. The question Sister Kenya asked was, in the book of Enoch, it mentions just and righteous cherubs mixing with the children of men. Who are the children of men? Let's go to the children of men. Go to Genesis 6 and 1 first. Who are the children of men? Read 6 and 1.
Genesis 6:1. And it came to pass, when men began to multiply on the face of the earth, and daughters were born unto them, that the sons of the Most High saw the daughters of men, that they were fair, and they took them wives of all which they chose.
Okay. It showed the sons of the Most High, which are angels. Excuse me. I think your husband. It says the sons of the Most High came down and laid with the children or the daughters of men. These were regular men, sister, that were living during the time of Enoch and Noah. They had children. And the reason it distinguished that the good angels did do this, because when Lucifer, and we went over that a couple of weeks ago about the fall in heaven, when Lucifer went against the Most High on the throne, okay, during the time of creation, he took a third of the angels down here with him. So it wasn't the fallen angels that dealt with these women. It was good angels or the righteous angels that were still amongst the elect of the Most High, the holy cherubs. Okay? So those are additional angels that fell, outside of the 1/3 that fell with Lucifer. Okay? All right. Yeah. So you thought, excuse me, since you're in class, I don't want to. So you repeat that again.
I asked somebody the same question because I thought that angels was having sex with humans. And they said no, angels wasn't having sex with humans. It was humans having sex with their own kids, and God was displeased with that.
Who did you ask that?
Reverend.
Who?
Reverend.
I ain't never sliced that piece. Okay, let me make this clear, brother. You spoke to a reverend, a pastor, and you looked at the fact that the Bible says that the sons of God saw the daughters of men, that they were fair. And you came up with the understanding based on your own reading that this is angels that came down and slept with women and bare giants, because that's what the scriptures say. And your pastor told you, the authority in this church told you, that this was men sleeping with their own children. All right. Did that make any sense to you then? So you understood what you knew when you first read it, right? Thank you. Thank you, sister. The reason your preacher or the pastor said that is because the spirits they're worshiping and following in the churches are the spirits of the fallen angels. So they teach you in church that either these guys were from the children of Seth or some other bogus story to hide the deities that are ruling in the Christian church today. The gods of the ancient Romans are the fallen angels that came down and slept with women.